Okay, so I just put together this ring light. I don't think I did it correctly. I am taking videos. I am reviewing decks that were nominated for the TABI CARTA Awards. TABI stands for Tarot Association of British and International, I think, Citizens. Sorry. Should have committed that to memory. Anyhow, that is close enough. The CARTA part being about cartomancy. So every single year, so they're early into the process right now. I believe decks cannot be submitted anymore by publishing companies and artists themselves to be considered for nominations. I'm pretty sure that is cut off. I have to look at the timeline again. It won't be until July that they do actually announce any winners. But this was a deck nominated for the TABI CARTA Awards 2026. What they do is they nominate decks that's oracles, Lenormand, tarot. They even give awards for best guidebooks. And they also do awards for books in, how do you say, like the spiritual realm. Like I just ordered a book on advanced psychic techniques. I think it's a little too advanced for me, but I do like the person's writing style. I will get his name after. Anyway, that's not about that book. I'm starting with the Baddeley Tarot. This is the first one I saw that they announced was going to be one of their official nominations, right? This one I've seen pictures of, and I really like it. And I watched a couple of videos last night, and the card backs are awesome. I really liked the major arcanas in this deck. The minors, I was a bit iffy on, if I'm being honest. But things change when they're in your hands. So when I had found out about the TABI CARTA Awards, I was late to the game last year. So all I was able to do was look at images of the decks. And I promised myself this year I was going to buy as many of the decks as possible. I'll purchase some of the books, but really I'm focused on the decks. So it's a 2-piece box. It's very bulky. I should have shown it all together, but it's a very bulky, sturdy box. I'm not sure what your preferences are on boxes, but it's nice. This is not my favorite type of box, but I'm very picky with boxes, so I've kind of learned to let that go. This is a very sturdy guidebook. Let me just kind of zoom out here. I read a little bit on it, and let me not get ahead of myself, because I did read a lot, info on a lot of the decks today, so I don't want to accidentally mix them up. First steps. Card. I'm going to be honest, I might not get into the guidebook much. It's going to be hard for me to multitask between reading it. I'm going to be focused on what you guys are seeing, so it's going to be hard for me to really read it. As an artist interested in symbolism, I have wanted to make a tarot deck for a long time, not just to be another, rather to find the true meaning of the cards and express this in my own way. That's cool. They are, as I said, many different variations that have developed even in the early days of tarot, each their own idiosyncrasies, order of the trump cards, different rules, and different meanings. Which of these is real tarot? Was there ever an original moment of conception, an archetypal, typal deck? No, I think I was starting to say that right. So, kind of gave us a background, short history of tarot. I mean, this is really cool. I think this guidebook might have been nominated too. I could see why. Mysteries of Tarot. Okay, so this doesn't explain swords being... Oh, hold up. So they did it differently. And this is not the first time I've heard this before. Swords being fire and batons being air. An ex of mine actually had a deck that did the same concept. that is, I'm going to be honest, that would mess with me a little bit. It would take me a while to be like, okay, in this particular deck, swords mean fire, not air. Is it a deal breaker? No. I like that they go into the different planetary meanings. All right, are we sick of the book? I don't know. Some people are really into seeing the guidebooks. I'm not a huge guidebook person. Don't come for me. I like to see like the inspiration, but past that, like I've been reading tarot long enough. I mean, it does sound like they deviated a little bit from the tarot I know and love, which is the Rider-Waite system. Sorry, I have that out still. That was just to open the deck. Virtue, social hierarchy. Okay, so they break up the trumps or the major arcana into different things. Okay, that's kind of cool. So let's look. The afterlife, the star, the moon, the sun, judgment, the world. These are followed by the cosmic themes of the stars. Suggestive of Christian theology's concept of the last judgment, where after entering the heavenly realm, God's judge the soul accordingly to its qualities and deeds of the life it's been led. However, the earlier Greek concept was that after being judged, the soul returned to the world renewed after union with the divine. So, I mean, so I wouldn't recommend this for somebody first reading tarot, but there's a lot of cool stuff in here. This is actually a very interesting guidebook. I'm kind of like at a point right now where I have a few decks that kind of deviate from the systems I know and love. Like one of them has their own system, and I am trying to learn the Thoth system as we speak. That's like the second most popular system of tarot. So I'm going to put the book aside from now, but it's very high quality. There's pictures in there. Seems pretty dope. I will go back after as we go through some of these cards and see how it reads in the book, right? Take this guy out. Okay, so one thing I was nervous about, somebody in a video said it was rose petal finish. It does not feel that way to me. I mean, the rose petal finish feels quite lovely. It just, I don't like the way it shuffles. Here are the card backs. They're really, really, really cool. I'm not sure if I'm going to go through each card, maybe. But, yeah, I looked through these major arcana cards last night. Freaking awesome. Like, look at the High Priestess. I remember correctly. So they are standard, I should say this, they are standard tarot size. And I would say this is a matte finish. Maybe slight satin. It feels like it might be a 350 GSM. It's at least 310. Temperance. Let me look at it. Okay, this looks different. Very old-timey. I heard this was influenced by, I forget what century, but European art. I do like the black and white with the dark brown borders. I don't know how well my camera is picking this up. I really don't think I put this ring light together correctly. I'm a hot mess. 15s? Oh, wait. Did I pull this out of order? 8. Oh, no, that's... Am I reading this wrong? This is 14. Oh, no, that is 13. 14. I didn't think death was... I thought death was 13. So we have the Hangman. What did I miss? Yeah, the Hermit's usually 9. Let me go back. We have Justice. Okay, so... The major arcana is different than what I'm used to. I missed something as I was just pulling the cards. I'm surprised I didn't catch it before, to be honest. That star is pretty cool, too. And my favorite cards are the High Priestess and the Star, so I really do take an extra look at those cards. That moon is really beautiful. Let me take a look at this guy, because I love the Judgment card too. The World is very cool. Okay, so a lot of our aces do kind of have this symbolism, the hand being held out with the suit. We're getting a little pippish with 2. I don't mind that. I used to. I don't anymore. So here's where I'm talking about where I looked at other reviews of it and I just didn't see, I don't know, a huge change. That's not the word I'm looking for. A huge, see, like, I feel like the major arcana or the trump cards are very unique. I feel like these kind of, you know, blend. I am not putting it correctly. Hopefully you kind of are picking up what I'm throwing down. It's not a pip deck because there's more to it than that. It's hard to explain. The 6 of Swords is pretty badass. I do like that they incorporated some of the planets. I do have to look at what this means. I forgot. I told myself I was going to. I didn't. The knight looks really cool in this one. Should have cleared off some of my table here before I did this, but did I? No. So we go back to where the ace is, and this is very typical, the hand with the element, or the suit, like this being the wands or batons. The 2's kind of pippish. And then we go to see again, 3 and 4 is 5 the same. I don't see, maybe I'm not, I mean, I'm looking at this very quickly, but I'm not seeing a huge change, a huge fluctuation in, I don't know, the art. Now we've gotten to a woman with an angel. So there's, I mean, a little bit. Maybe there's a reason for that in the book that I just didn't come across. But yeah, I mean, I should probably flip through all of them just in case this is a deck you're interested in. I still, like, really love these backs. I wish they did a little less of the border and a little more of this image in the middle. Like, I really like the dark brown and the gold on the borders with the black and white. I just wish it was less. This king, he looks like he's got resting bitch face. Oh, man. So we're into cups. I didn't even see if cups stayed with water. I'm gonna guess because cups. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this one. I think this is gonna end up in the giveaway, by the way. I probably should have said in the beginning. Any of the TABI CARTA nominations that I don't end up keeping, I am doing a giveaway for. I don't dislike this deck. Like, so this is nice. I like this one. I'm not going to tell you which one's, not on video anyway, just in case somebody sees this that is a creator of one of the other decks. I don't want to be insulting, but I was really, I really liked some of the winners for the 2025 TABI. And I vehemently disagreed with a few of the winners. And I'll just leave it as that. And, you know, I had to remind myself, well, you didn't have the cards in hand. Maybe you'll feel differently when they're in hand. I'm going to be honest. I feel about the same as I did last night. I mean, well, it wasn't just last night. I just did extra homework last night. But I feel about the same as I did when I started researching this deck. Where I like it, I don't love it. It's nice, though. And I think for a nomination, and I'm pretty sure it was the first one they announced for a deck, I think it's a pretty strong candidate. And if you like this old school, again, I forgot which century. If you like this old school European art, this is absolutely a deck you should get. Just because it's not my go-to, you know, it's not my go-to aesthetic. I shuffle kind of strangely. I'm gonna shuffle in my own Elle or Lindsay way, quick. Hopefully I don't shake this camera too badly. No, it shuffles pretty nice. Yeah, as a nice smooth shuffle. What's trying to pop up? 3 of Swords. Oh no. But yeah, I noticed though, as I'm breaking decks in anyway, I need to break them in before I even read what's coming up. I don't know how to explain that well, but yeah. I did forget to look though at how, you know, the guidebook reads. So let's look at the Fool here. This is really nice book. Well, I can't say that yet. Okay, so it does explain, I think, the dots here. Numbers, pips, and historical decks. Okay, so it's something to do with like old cards, I think. I'll look more into it after. I've already let this go a bit long, which is fine. The Fool. I do like that they have like, that it seems that they've incorporated a lot here, you know? It's pretty cool. I do not find this to be a beginner's deck. So the Fool's under social hierarchy, which says the first phase of the social hierarchy of society, court, and the empire. It is an order of rank beginning with the Fool, the most despised member of society. That's pretty funny. This is definitely not Rider-Waite-Smith. Again, not beginner friendly in my opinion. The lowly street performer, and ends with the power of the church, a card originally representing the Pope. If we interpret these images as archetypes in a more general sense, they can represent the family or perhaps the journey of the soul as it transits from child to parent to grandparent. All right, now give us the Fool. This is very unique though. Like, I respect this deck. I just, you know, it's just not my style. The Fool's journey. I don't think that's where it describes the Fool though. Maybe I did bypass this. And okay, so instead maybe, let me go, here we go. I think. Here we go, the Fool. The Fool is a soul whose journey begins with innocence, freedom, and trust, forever in a natural state, untainted by the ways of the world. Experience life thereby learning and growing. So it has the mystery, the message, and the reverse meaning. So because this is like already gotten a bit long, I'm going to go to the message. When Zero the Fool is drawn, you are invited to listen to your true nature, your deepest core, the essence of your essence. That purest part of your being who lies under all the layers of expectation and conditioning by family and society. The voice who makes no rational sense, whose guidance is madness, and whose madness is wisdom. Okay, listen, I mess with it. Recall your childlike wonder and curiosity, trust your gut and your instincts, and follow the inner calling that beckons you towards new experiences and opportunities. Sometimes the greatest lessons and discoveries come from stepping outside your cozy home and comfort zones. On the journey of the soul, you must release fears or doubts holding you back. Trust in yourself and the universe to provide the guidance you need as you navigate the path. Embrace the unconventional and go a little crazy and allow your true essence to shine. Embark on this journey like the fool who stumbles upon their destiny with blissful ignorance and blind trust. So I really like, this is a very, like, I like their writing style. This is pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I wish I just connected with the art a bit more. I don't know. I'm going to think on this a little longer. And I'm going to read the guidebook off camera a bit more. And see if I can get myself to connect with it more. As of right now, I am leaning towards giving the deck away. I might retract that though. Anyway, let me know how you feel about it. Is this a deck that you have? Is this a deck that you want? Let me know in the comment section down below. See you later.